Welcome to downtown Dunedin, Florida. I'm Bob Ironsmith, Director of Economic Development and Housing. I've been with the city for over 20 years with a focus on downtown revitalization. Downtown Dunedin, it's the heart of the city. There's a vibe here, a character and a sense of place that you can see and feel. It's hard to identify, but the vibe is here. It makes Dunedin this premier Gulf Coast community with old Florida charm. What is that vibe? It's the giant grand oaks, our brick sidewalks, our painted oranges, our murals everywhere. It's a mix of new and old historic buildings and homes that provides for a great walking environment. In the Tampa Bay area, Dunedin is known for its events and festivals, Scottish heritage, public art, and community artisans who have made Dunedin their colorful canvas. And Dunedin is also known for its booming craft beer scene and restaurants offering a broad culinary landscape from casual cafes to sophisticated dining. Downtown Dunedin is a vibrant destination for both locals and visitors, but it wasn't always that way.
We opened in 1989 at 319 Main Street, Kelly's Restaurant, and it was kind of ghost towny here. There were empty lots where there are now buildings. We joke about the tumbleweeds being in downtown Dunedin, but there were tumbleweeds.
Well, when I first started the business, all of the traffic had been taken away from Main Street and caused a further decline before the resurgence. So it was pretty much like a ghost town. There were a lot of boarded up windows. You didn't see any of the vibrancy you see today.
Dunedin became a city in 1899. It's one of the oldest cities in Florida with a rich history, but the downtown was in decline 40 years ago. Residents moved out of the downtown toward the suburbs and toward the cul-de-sacs. And guess what? Big box retail followed them. Once a sleepy, sterile area with declining infrastructure, our downtown was not a place where people wanted to spend their time or their money. But through strategic measures, businesses are willing to take a risk, a dedicated staff, interagency partnerships, and smart growth principles. We've transformed it into a vibrant Main Street city. Today, downtown Dunedin, it has a mixed use, a diverse public realm, multimodal transportation, walkability, public green spaces, and it's a place where people and businesses can thrive. So how did we get there?
Downtown Dunedin has changed so much in the last 20 plus years. Oh my gosh, like we've been here since '88, and honestly there was nothing out here. It was just all antique shops and real quiet. Nobody was walking around. It wasn't vibrant like it is today.
Vacant lots, just not much. I mean, to the point that people were telling me when we moved from Spalding Road that I was really making a mistake, that people wouldn't come this way. This was a dangerous area of Dunedin. People were taking chances here. It wasn't like this was a destination yet.
You know, a lot of times, merchants and city butt heads, and though we've had our creative differences, they have always worked together. The city, the merchants, the business leaders, and that recipe has equaled success.
Our revitalization journey began with the strategic capitalization of vacant land and the formation of our Community Redevelopment Agency, known as the CRA. This started in 1988 and was first formed as the Downtown Technical Advisory Committee in the mid-1980s. Our city leadership committed money and resources to invest in downtown, and we created a partnership which was critical with Pinellas County, bringing a funding stream for downtown investments. Today, the CRA has a budget of $2.3 million, with $1.3 million coming from our partner, Pinellas County. This transformation demonstrates the power of leveraging underutilized assets. And we knew if we got the infrastructure and environment right, the residents and businesses would come. In 1988, the assessed property taxes values in the CRA district was $35 million. Today, it is reaching close to $275 million.
The economic climate in downtown Dunedin has really grown through development and expansion, because when you look at the fact that the downtown, say 25 years ago, was really like a 2-block. It was just really the West End from Douglas to Broadway. And then Broadway expanded, and then we started expanding further. Now we're kind of fattening that district up by the stadium being down to the south on Douglas, but also including that Skinner corridor that we're about to improve is just going to fatten the district, which I think is great for economic growth.
Dunedin's energy over the past 20 years is actually the same, but more energy, more people joining that energy, and they're expressing it in their own way. And that's one thing that we always, I brought some other guys and said, hey, you should put a brewery here. You should do this. It's working for us. And those breweries help develop a town.
But development and redevelopment have its challenges. there has been resistance to change. Architectural guidelines, street types, design styles, along with zoning regulations had to be put in place. And today, a challenge we face is the growing pains of residents and businesses living and adapting cohesively in an urban downtown entertainment district.
Dunedin's community is unique in the fact that, we do disagree, we do problem solve. We have a great committee that the city formed to kind of help us have those conversations. But the fact that we have been all-inclusive and diverse, I think, has really made a great difference in making everybody, no matter what color, gender, or diverse nature you are, you feel welcome here, and the city is very open to that.
There's always going to be frictions, but what helps in the way they did the zoning, they have downtown residential, they have downtown core, they have downtown commercial, they have downtown industrial.
Other catalysts include enhanced walkability by slowing down the traffic on State Road 580, which is Main Street, and public realm improvements which have made our downtown more accessible and enjoyable. Investment in recreational spaces, beautiful streetscapes, and public art that reflect our community's character have encouraged people to explore and spend more time in our downtown. These enhancements underscore the importance of designing spaces that invite community interaction.
The public art has become a focus in downtown Dunedin in regards to development, requiring that developers have at least a contribution to the public art fund or putting in public art like you see the C in front of City Hall. I think the art just brings a certain interesting component, and also it's something that people want to see when they visit town.
One of the most popular ways people interact with Dunedin is on the Pinellas Trail, which goes through the center of Dunedin. This 50-mile trail throughout Pinellas County connects St. Petersburg to the south and Tarpon Springs to the north. The Pinellas Trail brings in a steady stream of people into our downtown, where they can access local restaurants, breweries, and shops along the trail. Over the years, we have leveraged this trail, connecting it in various ways, adding decorative street lights, connecting it to different businesses through nice walkable sidewalks, and making it a core amenity, which feels much like the city park.
Shortly after we opened, the trail went in. All of a sudden, people were on their bikes coming through downtown, which before nobody even drove through. Then they did streetscaping. They tore all the old sidewalks out and put these beautiful sidewalks in, made it pretty down here.
Downtown received many awards as a walkable city, and that's always been pretty true. We've improved on that by making the sidewalks a little wider. Also, being the heart of the Pinellas Trail has been really key because people can ride their bikes from all areas, park their bikes, and then walk around.
By investing in transportation options and infrastructure, we've made it easier for people to visit and move around our downtown. While we realize we have more work to do, and parking is always going to be a challenge during events, some milestones include: the CRA purchased property to use a parking lot with possible future plans to build a parking garage. In addition, the CRA worked with Forward Pinellas and the Florida Department of Transportation for a complete street design for Skinner Boulevard, which is also State Road 580. This complete streets will feature sidewalks, bike lanes, landscape medians, and be a huge catalyst for additional economic development in our downtown. The city also continues to lease lots downtown for free public parking lots throughout the downtown Dunedin. And there are alternative transit options which include golf courts, the county public transit system, the Jolly Trolley, privately owned local tiki rides, and a pilot project known as Freebie, a mini shuttle service which allows people to park and ride to restaurants, shops, and breweries.
Dealing with infrastructure and parking and those kinds of things from the very beginning. And I don't know if we figured it out yet. Parking will always be an issue in a popular place like this. And you can't fix it. You can't put in 20,000 parking spaces. But I think the city has worked really well on leasing lots and making parking available.
Being able to just use your golf cart around town is a great little asset for us. It helps with the parking. We have so much free parking downtown. It's just so accessible.
By investing in community events, which include a weekend farmers market, the arts, culture, our Scottish heritage, we've created a downtown that celebrates our unique identity. These efforts have not only attracted visitors, but also strengthened our sense of community, making Dunedin a place where people want to be. For economic development professionals, this demonstrates the value of cultural investments in driving economic vitality.
Downtown Dunedin has become a a major destination. People come down here and they do the art walk, all the events. I mean, I think we have more events than anybody else in Florida.
Thanks to our incremental, sustained approach, utilizing the downtown master plan, the CRA, city and county leadership, our business community, and our residents, we've evolved from this vacant, sterile pass-through to Clearwater Beach to now a vibrant destination. We attract locals and visitors to experience downtown Dunedin's vibe. And together, we will all imagine what's next.